Hey guys, and welcome back to Smart Money Minds. In today's video, we're going to be talking about if travel stocks like airlines, cruise ships, or hotels are a bargain to buy right now. About 2 weeks ago, Warren Buffett sold off a bunch of his American Airlines share. Is it because he thinks that it's going to go under? Or is it because he thinks that the stock price can go even lower? In his principle of value investing, why would he buy so high, I guess? Or just why would he hold on to them when the price is so high? When American Airlines or Delta Airlines can be bought for less than $10 at one point in the near future. In today's video, I'm going to be going over some chart analysis and technical analysis and some speculation of, in my opinion, why travel stocks are going to be a bargain buy right now and also in the near future. Let's put it this way. The travel industry is one of the most affected industry in this COVID-19 global lockdown. For example, Air Canada had to cut 5,100 of their staff, with flights cut by 80%. You see cruise ships that are stranded off coasts of different nations and carrying tons of passengers that are infected with COVID-19, and no country wants to take them in. You got hotels that are more or less shut down due to just lack of customers and lack of airline staff and that are using their facilities, and they're just laying off the majority of their staff. So let's take a look at some of the hardest hit names in these markets. For example, you got Carnival Cruise, CCL, that's dropped over 80% of its share price from the top. And you got American Airlines that have dropped over 70%, and Wyndham Hotels has dropped 60%. So here are some of the names that I'm keeping an eye out for buying soon and to hold for the long term. So the first name we're going to look at is Carnival Cruise, which is CCL. So as we see here, we dropped from $51 all the way to $7.80, which is more than 84%. But as we see here on the technical analysis, we don't have a daily trend change yet. What we do have is that the daily time frame is being held down by this middle Bollinger Band as resistance. We do see here that these two yellow lines, we have a descending wedge, which is a bullish pattern if it breaks out. And also we are looking here at the bullish divergence on the RSI. So that's another also a bullish indicator. But we're looking here that Carnival Cruise will definitely need to break out of this wedge, or it'll need a daily trend change before we can confirm that the bottom of it is in. If we can't, then we can always continue to fade further down. As you see here on the weekly time frame, we do have a bear flag. That means this is the flagpole, this is the flag, and there's a possibility that we can go further down. So even though the Saudi Arabians brought 8.2% stake in the cruise line, the stock didn't jump a tremendous amount on the longer time frame. So we just have to be cautious as it can go lower. So what I would be looking for is if it drops back down to around the $7.50, maybe even $7 range, it's a perfect place to place an order and get yourself into the stock, as it'll be hitting the bottom trend line of this descending wedge. For short-term play, you can at least look for it to go back up and hopefully break out to even higher highs, but we'll see if that's the case. So the next one we're looking at is American Airlines. Last couple of days I was looking for a cup and handle move to push to a higher high. See this yellow line here, but however it seems like that this upper trend line and also this Fibonacci golden pocket range is holding it down. So it looks like that 1347 is the top for now, and it's coming back down. There is bullish divergence, as you see here. on the 4-hour and also the daily time frame. However, there is very heavy bear volume, and it can't seem to be breaking out of the middle Bollinger Band again, similar to Carnival Cruise. So this might be the end of the bounce, but we have to not forget that next week's is earnings for American Airlines and also a lot of the other major airlines like United, Southwest, Alaska. So we can be looking for some direction in the industry as earnings come out for each individual airline. And we also want to see that the bear volume here to start decreasing before we look the other way for it to continue the bounce and move upwards. Now, looking at some hotel names here, Marriott and Wyndham here, we're looking at a similar boat where it is a symmetrical triangle, it's equilibrium, and it's tightening, so it could very well go either way. There's no daily trend change confirmed, but we are also looking for a weekly bear flag. As you see here, some weak bull volume, not pushing it very hard. However, if we look at some other names like Hilton, we got Choice Hotel and a Hyatt Hotel, we see that the daily is starting to move up. We're having a ascending triangle where we have the bottoms and we have the tops here. So that looks more bullish to me than those other names that we're talking about. But at the end of the day, we are still looking at a weekly bear flag, meaning that the price can stabilize for now, but with no fundamental stimulus and no one using these facilities, it could easily take another leg down. At the end of the day, these are just some of the recommendations of what I'm seeing right now. Make sure you do your own research. And as you see, there may be some light at the end of the tunnel as vaccines are being tested and some countries are curbing the infection and death rates. But we have to consider countries like China or India or poorer third world countries that may be missing or miscounting either purposely or unintentionally their infection numbers and their death toll numbers. Even as we start opening up borders and letting people out again, there is still a chance, a big chance, that a second wave or even a third wave can shut everything down again. Lastly, the travel industry is likely going to take a very long time to recover. Due to unemployment, people can't afford luxuries like travel. And also there will be a long-lasting fear of people being just crammed in a tin can of an airplane and sharing the same air together for 10 plus hours. This irrational fear will linger on and can sink the travel industry even further after people are let back out and economies start to go back to normal again. And when things are more or less back to normal, it will still take the airline industry and all these other travel industries a tremendous amount of time to pay off all the debts and backlog of travelers that are still sitting on their travel vouchers. Meaning that looking at airlines, they won't be making money soon as they have to give all their passengers their delayed flights that they never took. However, don't forget that the travel industry isn't likely to go away. Some of the key players may change or go bankrupt, but likely many of these companies will get government bailouts as they're what you call too big to fail. Or the economic consequence will be just too large if these companies lay off thousands of people. So in the comments below, tell me what travel stock that you're keeping an eye on closely. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my videos if you enjoyed what you saw today, and we'll see you guys next time. Make sure you stay safe and stay indoors.